Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is my next offering on Facebook Live, also on Instagram Live, here broadcasting from the New Life Foundation in Chiang Rai in Thailand. So I'm live on the New Life Foundation page. Also, at the same time or simultaneously broadcasting on my page, Such Sweet Thunder, and on my personal Facebook page, and on Instagram. It's amazing what you can do with technology these days. Then generally what I do is after the episode is over, I upload it to YouTube. So plenty of windows of opportunity to tune in to what I'm offering here. There's also my website, www.suchsweetthunder.org, which I try to update once a week or so. So the videos do make their way eventually to the website as well. So while I'm waiting for people to trickle in here, I'm going to make a few announcements. July 3rd coming up. I guess that's a week in a week. Wow. Yeah. July 3rd at 6 p.m. The Bodhi Tree Cafe 2. I'm giving a talk there. This is in Chiang Mai in North Thailand. So if you're in Thailand, do make your way up to Chiang Mai this first weekend of July. I'm giving a talk on mindfulness, actually, but in particular, this mindfulness practice that I've created, which I've titled Such Sweet Thunder. It's also the title of the website, which I just mentioned, the title of my podcast, and also the title of the first book that I've written, Such Sweet Thunder. This practice is a combination of two different practices from the Tibetan tradition, a Tibetan mindfulness practice which brings us into intimate contact with the present moment, and also a practice designed to allow one to rest as deeply as possible. So what I found is that in combining these two practices in my own practice, one is able to cultivate the ability to rest in whatever arises in life, resting in the eye of the storm, as I like to call it. So that talk, again, July 3rd at 6 p.m. at the Bodhi Tree Cafe. The following day, July 4th at 2 p.m., also in Chiang Mai in North Thailand, I'll be speaking at the Holistic Healing Center. That talk will be on the topic of loving kindness. And in particular, I'll be talking about meditation practice which allows us to extend qualities of loving kindness to ourselves first, and then eventually and gradually to the entire world. Beautiful practice. Then on July 17th, I'm very, very excited to announce that I will be facilitating a Loving Kindness retreat at the New Life Foundation in Chiang Rai in northern Thailand. So that runs from July 17th to the 24th. There is information about that retreat on my website, or you can also visit the New Life Foundation website, and they have the applications for the retreat on their website. Again, that's July 17th to the 24th. It'll be a semi-silent meditation retreat. There will be some workshops and things like that. Should be a really beautiful time. Really appropriate for people recovering from the COVID-19 lockdowns and the anxiety and stress that might have created. Loving kindness is known in the trauma-sensitive world as being a very healing practice. So very appropriate for this day and age. So I think that's all the announcements I need to make. And so we're going to move into the Such Sweet Thunder practice now. Now, the way I've designed this practice is that it unfolds in stages. very similar to the Brahma Viharas practices. If you were with me for those practices the last month or so, those also worked through stages. So the first stage of this practice is mindfulness of the breath and mindfulness of the body. Now, oftentimes when teachers talk about mindfulness of the breath, they ask one to focus on the breathing or concentrate on the breathing. I find that language to be a bit problematic. So what I would recommend is that one, rather than focusing on the breath or concentrating on the breath, one rests in awareness of the breath. And so that resting quality allows one to be really open to the experience of breathing. And so we're not trying to control the breath in any particular way. We don't want to control how deep we breathe or how shallow we breathe. We just rest in whatever's arising in the breath. So a little example of that, if you can see this is the meditation gong ringer device. So while you're watching this at home, I apologize for people listening through the podcast. Hopefully you can get an idea in your imagination. So focus your attention on this, or concentrate on this gong ringer. Okay, now rest your attention there. Take a few breaths. And now rest in awareness of this device. Not focusing or concentrating on it, but rest in the experience of it. Okay. So you might notice that has a softer quality to it, right? A more restful quality. An allowing rather than a focusing. And I think that's quite important. Because as we go through the practice, as these stages unfold, we want to be able to continue resting into whatever arises during the meditation practice. So we'll come to this practice, we'll start by resting with the breath as it enters and leaves the nose. And some meditation traditions, they just ask you to feel the breath entering and leaving the nose. And then when your mind wanders, you bring it back. That's typical mindfulness practice. Nothing wrong with that. And what that allows the practitioner to do is cultivate this single-pointed awareness, as it's called. That's fine. That's not really the practice I'm offering here today, but you can start there. Start by feeling the breath entering and leaving the nose, and simply resting in the experience of that. Now you might notice different sensations, a cool sensation or a dry sensation. The sensation doesn't matter. You just feel and rest into whatever's arising as the breath enters and leaves the nose. And then you add the experience of the back of the throat, the breath as it touches the back of the throat. And again, simply noticing the sensations there. Adding the experience of the rib cage expanding and contracting with each breath. There might be sensations of clothing moving as the body moves with the breath. We're allowing our awareness to expand, to take in all of that. The abdomen rising and falling with the breath. The back moving as you inhale and exhale. So it's going to feel like we start small and then we gradually allow awareness to get larger and larger and larger, like that. And that can actually feel quite nice, quite good. It's like we're residing in a very small, cramped, one-room apartment, and then we're gradually moving and expanding. We move into a large mansion, like that. So allowing awareness to get quite large, large enough to hold all of the breath at the same time. Now it's quite normal if you start with the breath, you're feeling the nose here in the back of the throat, and you're feeling the rib cage expand, and then you've forgotten about the breath, the nose rather. That's normal. There's nothing to worry about. You haven't done anything wrong there. Just then remind yourself, oh right, I'm experiencing all of this at the same time. And when I guide, I'll refresh your memory as well. I'll bring you back to some of the areas that we've already touched in with, as a way of allowing awareness to gradually get larger and larger. So we just rest there with the breath for a few moments. And then we add the experience of the body. And we do this through body scanning. Now, I consider body scanning to be extremely important. For me, it's really one of the most important stages of any meditation practice, for many, many reasons. Probably not the least of which is that our emotional qualities, our emotional experiences arise through our body. So the more in tune we are with our body, the more in tune we are with our emotional states, and we can experience those emotional states before we fall into reactivity. And so that's quite important. In fact, the Buddha himself actually went on for page after page after page, about 7 pages, on why he thought mindfulness of the body was of primary importance. Now I'm going to read a little of that. I'm not going to subject you to all 7 pages, but I've just got my favorite paragraph here. This is the Buddha talking to some of his practitioners on mindfulness of the body. He says, "Monks and nuns, when one thing is developed and cultivated, the mind becomes tranquil. Thought and examination subside, and all wholesome qualities which pertain to true knowledge reach fulfillment by development. What is that one thing? Mindfulness of the body." You guessed it. Okay. So he clearly thought that that was quite an important aspect of the practice as well. So we'll go through the body systematically, just experiencing the sensations of the body. And as we go through the body, we'll be inviting the body to rest, letting any tension or stress that might be held in the muscles go. Now you might come to an area of the body that's quite tense, that has a lot of tension there. That's normal. Most people are experiencing some amount of stress or tension in their muscles. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you come to an area of the body that doesn't seem to want to relax, don't try to push through that, because you can't force relaxation. If you try to force your body to relax, you just end up putting more stress in that area. So simply notice that there's tension there and keep going with the body scan. Keep following the guide through the body scan. Eventually, those areas that are carrying tension, that are carrying stress in the body, those areas do start to soften and relax. It might take some time, it might take some practice, but eventually the areas of the body that are tense, that have stress, start to resolve that stress. So it does take some practice, and it might require some patience, and eventually it gets there. So we'll go through the body, inviting the muscles to rest and relax and grow soft. Also, there might be an area of the body that has very little feeling or no feeling. That's also quite normal. It's quite unusual for people when they first come to a body scanning practice to have global awareness of the body. But eventually, with, again, practice, with patience, those areas of the body that have little feeling or no feeling do begin to thaw out. They do start to wake up. So again, if you come to an area of the body that you're not feeling any sensations there, nothing to worry about. Again, that's quite normal. Just keep going with the practice. Don't try to push into the sensations. Just keep going, recognizing that those areas will eventually wake up. So that's the practice we're going to do today. Feeling the breath, feeling the body, like that. Now, what might happen at some point during the practice, and this is quite normal, you might notice your awareness focusing or collapsing down. I like to think of it as a collapsing down on a particular sensation in the breath or the body. If it's an ache or an itch or a pain, some sort of irritation, usually it might be a pleasurable sensation, but that's a little unusual. That tends to happen later with more advanced practices. So let's say you've come to the practice and you're feeling the breath, everything's going well, and you're starting the. All of a sudden, there's an ache in the shoulder, right? So now your awareness goes, collapses onto that ache. That's normal, right? That's the human condition, is we want that to go away. And so that ache or irritation will go right down onto that. So what I recommend then is, if you notice your awareness collapsing down on any particular sensation during the meditation, allow your awareness to then expand out from that point, back out to wherever we are in the practice, back out to the breath, and then feeling some of the body and so forth, like that. Now, the reason why we expand out from that point, well, there's a couple of reasons. The first reason is that allows us to include that area in the meditation. So we're not pushing against it, but we're actually just expanding out from that. It allows us to maintain awareness on that area of the body. So we're not trying to repress anything or push anything out of our awareness. Also, what some people notice, myself included, is that, let's use the example of the sore shoulder. Often when we expand out from that point, the muscle, the tissue, the flesh around that soreness is quite comfortable usually. And so once we recognize that there's comfort around that soreness, the sore area tends to resolve. It tends to alleviate somewhat. If it's a tense muscle, it might start to relax just by expanding out from that tension back out into the rest of the body. So that can be quite nice. And then there's the obstacle, or the challenge, I like to say, the challenge of the thinking mind, right? Because if you've even meditated for a few moments, you know the mind always wants to be thinking. Jumping from thought to thought to thought to thought to thought. In some Buddhist circles, they call that jumping from vine to vine to vine through the jungle. So the technique that I use in my own practice, I've found so beneficial, and that I've offered to people when I teach one-to-one, and I'll offer now, that whenever you notice that you're distracted by your thoughts, say the word thinking to yourself. So what we're doing there is we're labeling the thinking process with the word thinking. And what you'll notice that there is, when you do that, that thought tends to dissolve. It's like a snowflake on a hot roof. It just dissolves. You don't have to push it away. There's no effort. You notice you're distracted by your thoughts. Oh, I'm thinking. That thought dissolves. And probably another thought's coming up pretty quickly right after that. And you say thinking again. As soon as you recognize you're distracted, thinking. That thought will dissolve. Then probably another thought's coming up right after that. And you say thinking, and that thought will dissolve. So I'll just give a little example of what that might look like. So you're in the meditation, you're feeling the breath at the nose, the back of the throat, perhaps the rib cage expanding and so forth. And the mind is, wow, this is kind of a long presentation. I wonder, I should have gone to the toilet before you started. I wonder how much, I'm thinking. That thought will dissolve. And another thought. I'm going to go have Thai food after this. I really love Thai food. My brother likes Thai food. I should call my brother. I haven't talked to my brother. I'm thinking. That thought will dissolve. And so forth. Now, that's the technique of meditation. At least the way I have come to understand it, the way I teach it. Now, there might be a lot of thoughts. You might have to say thinking, 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 thinking. I had one student once say it was like a machine gun. Thinking, 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 thinking. That's not uncommon. So don't get discouraged by that. In fact, in a way, if that is occurring for you, you can be grateful. Because each time we go through that process, the thought comes up, we get distracted, we say thinking, we come back. You're strengthening the muscle of awareness and attention. Each thought is an opportunity to get stronger with your awareness and attention muscles. So it's like you're going to the gym and you're lifting the awareness and attention barbell. So each thought is an opportunity for that exercise. Thinking, coming back, you've done another rep. Thinking, coming back, you've done another rep. You've gotten a little bit stronger in awareness and attention each time you go through that process. Now, with that cultivated, heightened, strengthened sense of awareness and attention, we start to be able to sense a space in between the thoughts. There's a gap there. And it just requires a stronger sense of awareness and attention to sense that gap, to notice that gap. And then, because it feels good in that gap, it's really the only chance for the human mind to rest. We find that gap. And because it feels good in there, we rest there. Now that rest might, again, just be for a moment or two, and then another thought might take you away. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Thinking, coming back, you've done another rep with the awareness and attention barbell. Now, when our awareness and attention gets stronger and stronger and stronger, we start to have insights into all different things. How our life is, why we are the way we are, why our personality is, insights into our different types of relationships, and so forth. Also, cultivating that strength in awareness and attention allows for practices like the Brahma Viharas, which I delivered last week and a month ago, allows those practices to be even more effective. So these practices work really well in conjunction with each other. So ideally doing one day of a meditation like this one, Such Sweet Thunder, one day of loving kindness, one day of Such Sweet Thunder, one day of loving kindness, alternating. That's a really healthy meditation regimen because they actually benefit each other in that way. I think that's all I want to say. I've talked quite a bit, so I do want to guide a meditation. Today, I think we'll only have time to meditate for about 20 minutes or so. So we'll do the breath and the body. We'll do today what I call an abbreviated body scan because I did talk quite a bit, and so we only have, again, 20 minutes to do this. Doesn't matter. 20 minutes is enough to get really a good taste of the practice. So take a few moments to get comfortable, get into your favorite meditation posture, whatever that means for you. And I'll ring the bell and I'll guide through the breath and the body. So allowing the body to rest, allowing your muscles to relax and grow soft, letting any tension or stress that's held in the body go. And allowing the mind to rest, letting any concerns or thoughts of the upcoming days go. Thoughts or concerns of the days past, you can let all of that go as well. And just rest, right here and right now, with this present moment experience. And let your heart rest, vast and open like the blue sky. And breathing in and breathing out, bringing awareness and attention to the breath as it enters the nose and leaves the nose. You might notice a cool or a dry sensation arising from the nose. Perhaps noticing the temperature slightly different in one nostril over the other, or you might be breathing in more air through one nostril over the other. And allowing awareness to expand to include the back of the throat, noticing the breath as it touches the back of the throat. There might be a tingling or a dry sensation arising, or perhaps simply noticing the temperature changing from cooler to warmer as the air brushes past the back of the throat. And allowing awareness to expand again to include the rib cage expanding and contracting with each breath. You might notice sensations of clothing moving to adjust with the rising and falling of the body as you inhale and exhale. Noticing the shoulders rising and falling with each breath. You might notice the back moving out as you breathe in as you breathe out. You might also notice the abdomen rising and falling with each breath. And as you inhale and exhale, also noticing the body straightening up slightly on the in-breath and leaning forward slightly on the out-breath. And so we'll rest right there just for a few moments, maintaining even awareness on the sensations of the breath, from the nose, the back of the throat, the chest and shoulders and back and abdomen, and any other sensations that you might notice arising as a result of the breathing process. And just rest. And if you become distracted by your thoughts, simply labeling those thoughts with the word thinking will allow those thoughts to dissolve, and you can gently return back to the sensations of the breathing. And while resting there with the experience of the breath, sensations arising from the nose to the abdomen to the nose. Allow awareness to expand again to include the top of the head, noticing any sensations arising from the crown of the head. Allowing awareness to expand to include the back of the head, the entire back of the head, including behind both ears. And if you don't feel much or any sensation there, that's fine. Those areas will wake up with time and practice. For now, allowing awareness to expand into the back of the neck, inviting the muscles in the back of the neck to rest, relax, and grow soft, letting any tension or stress that's held in the back of the neck go. And allowing awareness to expand to include the ears, both ears at the same time. Resting attention at the ears sometimes brings a balancing effect to the head and body. Allowing awareness to expand into the sides of the neck, inviting the muscles in the sides of the neck to rest completely. And allowing awareness to expand again into the cheeks of the face, inviting the muscles in the face to grow soft and relax. You might also notice sensations arising from the eyes and the forehead. Noticing any sensations arising from the neck and throat, inviting the muscles in the throat to rest completely. And we'll just rest right there for a few moments, maintaining even awareness on the sensations of the breath, from the nose to the abdomen to the nose, and sensations arising in the face, the top of the head and the back of the head, the ears and the neck and throat, and just rest. Again, if you become distracted by thoughts, labeling those thoughts with the word thinking and returning back to the present moment experience. And while resting here with the breath, sensations arising throughout the face, the neck and the head, bringing attention to the shoulders, perhaps noticing the shoulders rising and falling with each breath. And allowing awareness to expand through the upper back, inviting the muscles in the upper back to grow soft and unwind. This moves through the upper back and into the middle of the back. You might notice sensations of clothing against the middle of the back, inviting the muscles underneath those sensations to rest completely. As awareness expands through the middle of the back and into the lower back, inviting the muscles in the lower back to relax and grow soft. Awareness moving through the lower back and down into the waist at the back of the body. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest. Allowing all of the muscles in the entire back to grow soft, letting any tension or stress that's held in the back muscles go. And as you inhale and exhale, bring attention back to the top of the shoulders, Perhaps noticing the sensations of clothing resting against the top of the shoulders. And breathing in and breathing out, allowing awareness to expand through the chest, inviting the muscles in the chest to relax, rest, and grow soft. Awareness expanding through the chest and down into the abdomen. The abdomen muscles are often used to contain tension, emotion, or stress. And as we invite the muscles in the abdomen to grow soft and unwind, you can let any emotion, stress, or tension that's held in the abdomen go. Inviting the muscles in the abdomen to return to their natural resting state. As awareness expands through the abdomen and down into the waist at the front of the body. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest. Bringing attention back to the top of the shoulders. Noticing any sensation arising from the top of the shoulders and underneath the arms at the same time, of both arms. And breathing in and breathing out, allowing awareness to expand through the upper arms, inviting the biceps and triceps of the arms to relax and grow soft. As awareness moves through the upper arms and into the elbows, allowing the muscles in the elbows to rest completely. Awareness moving through the elbows and into the forearms, allowing the muscles in the forearms to grow soft and rest. Awareness expanding through the forearms and into the wrists and the hands, the palms of the hands and the back of the hands. Inviting the muscles in the hands to relax, rest, and grow soft. As awareness moves through the hands and into the thumbs, and the fingers to the fingertips. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest, maintaining even awareness on the sensations of the breath, from the nose to the abdomen to the nose, and sensations arising in the face, the top of the head and the back of the head, the ears and the neck and throat, sensations arising in the shoulders and the entire back, the chest and the abdomen, and the arms from the shoulders to the fingertips. While maintaining awareness on all of that, all at the same time, bring attention to the waist at the back of the body. And as you inhale and exhale, allow awareness to expand through the seat, experiencing the weight of the body against the cushion or chair, mat or floor, inviting the muscles underneath those sensations to rest. As awareness expands through the seat and into the back of the legs, expanding through the back of the legs to the back of the knees, inviting the muscles in the back of the legs to grow soft and rest completely. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest, bringing attention to the waist at the front of the body. And as you inhale and exhale, allow awareness to expand through the thighs and quadriceps of the upper legs, inviting the muscles in the thighs to rest and relax. The quadricep muscles, the upper leg muscles, can grow soft and unwind. As awareness moves through the upper legs and into the knees, inviting the muscles in the knees to rest. And breathing in and breathing out, resting attention at the front of the knees and the back of the knees of both legs at the same time. And as you inhale and exhale, allow awareness to expand through the lower legs, inviting the calf muscles to relax and grow soft. The muscles over the shins can rest and unwind. As awareness expands through the lower legs and into the ankles, allowing the muscles in the ankles to rest completely. As awareness moves through the ankles and into the heels of the feet, resting attention at the heels of the feet and the top of the feet, of both feet at the same time. And breathing in and breathing out, allowing awareness to expand through the feet towards the toes, inviting the muscles in the feet to rest, relax, and grow soft. As awareness expands through the feet and into the toes, to the tip of the toes. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest. Maintaining awareness on the sensations of the breath, from the nose to the abdomen to the nose, and sensations arising throughout the body, from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet. And you can experience all of that all at the same time as one experience. Now you might notice your awareness wanting to focus or collapse down on a particular sensation. That's quite normal. If you notice that happening, just allow awareness to then expand out from what you're focused on to include all of the sensations of the breath and body all at the same time. And just rest, breathing in and breathing out. And if at any time during the meditation you become distracted by your thoughts, labeling those thoughts with the word thinking will allow the thoughts to go, and you can then gently return back to the present moment experience of the breath and the body, and just rest. And if you notice awareness focusing or collapsing down on a particular sensation, allow awareness to then expand out from what you're focused on to include all of the sensations of the breath and body all at the same time. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed today's meditation offering. This is the initial or the primary stage of practice that I designed entitled Such Sweet Thunder. Here we went through the breath, systematically adding more and more to the breath, and then allowing awareness to systematically expand through the body. So we're holding the experience of breath in a body, and the body rather, allowing awareness to get larger and larger like that. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be doing the Facebook Live sessions, the sessions that you're watching here right now, twice a week. And so I'll be doing a guided meditation once a week, and then giving a talk on that stage of the practice at the following session. So there'll be one guided meditation a week on Thursdays, and then on Mondays I'll be giving a talk. So if you have any questions in regards to this practice or any meditation questions at all, do send them in, and I'll try to answer those at the talk session on Monday. Also, if you're curious about the book in which I outline the practice that I'm presenting here, the book is entitled Such Sweet Thunder. That is available on the website, which is also titled Such Sweet Thunder. That's suchsweetthunder.org. So you can find all the information about the book there. If you'd like a PDF copy of the book so you can just follow along with this program, send me a message through Messenger or down underneath the video here. And I'm happy to send a PDF copy of the book. The only downside of the PDF is you don't get the updates, and I do update the book from time to time. And so if you purchase the book through Amazon, you automatically get the updates. So that's the only downside to that. But if you want it for free, I'm happy to send it along. Just so you know, I'm not here trying to sell the book. I'm here trying to offer meditation practices. I think that's all I wanted to say today. Do stay safe, stay clean, stay healthy, whatever that means for you. And I will see you all again on Monday. Have a great weekend.